This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'll share my screen. So we will give a couple of minutes for others to join and then we will start our session. Okay, we will give 2 more minutes for others to join and then we'll start our session. Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So yesterday, what we discussed is that what are all the course content that we are going to cover as part of this course, okay, performance engineering course. So I explained what are all the usual things that we cover. I mean, course level, interview point of level, like that we discussed yesterday. Okay. So now pretty much we will start our topic one. Okay, because we'll discuss some critical topics today. The first one, introduction part, performance engineering introduction. Okay, so first we should know what is performance engineering, right? Like performance engineering means what? Performance engineering. Okay, so I know in this forum a lot of performance testers will be there. Okay, performance testers. So what we usually do, performance tester, what we usually do, we will get the requirement, test the application, provide your numbers. That's all. I'll repeat again. Get the requirement, test the application, and then provide your numbers. That's all. Performance tester job is primarily these are the things, right? Like mostly we are doing this one only. But performance engineering means what? Performance engineering means you are going to check, validate, identify, optimize that result. Okay, check, validate, identify, optimize that result. Okay, that is the engineering part. Engineering, you are trying to validate it, you are going to do some kind of a optimization. That is actually called as performance engineering. What performance engineers will do? Performance engineers will check and analyze your numbers and then do remediations, recommendations, optimization, everything they will do. Everything they will do. That is a job of performance engineers. Okay, job of performance engineer. Say right now, if I ask Jairam, what will you do if you are doing a performance testing? Or I am asking Krishna or Ravindra, you guys, I'm asking what you guys are doing with respect to performance testing. Means anybody can tell like what will you do when you are doing a performance testing?
So right from end-to-end activity like performance requirement gathering, NFR gathering. After that, perform test planning, perform test script execution, script creation, script execution, monitoring, and test result and the analysis of the results.
Yeah. So this is what your PTLC, right? Performance testing life cycle. You are doing all these activities. Okay. Primarily, your focus is on all these things. Performance testing life cycle. But say like Jairam is doing a performance testing for one retail based application, and you are identifying, I mean, your report is saying for uh, for purchase transaction you are getting 13 seconds, 1 3. Okay, for purchase transaction you are getting 13 seconds. So what will you do, Jairam, if you are getting that 13 seconds response time for purchase transaction?
Okay, like I will analyze in method hotspot in Dynatrace. Like any method is taking more time, and CPU utilization and memory utilization I will be looking, and I will be looking for logging threads in Dynatrace.
Yeah, say my answer you are saying, Jairam. Actually, you are doing this is actually you are trying to go to the layer level, tier level, node level, engineering part. You are trying to say, okay, actually saying with the performance testing tool, it's not possible. That is the answer. The answer is with only performance testing tool, you cannot do anything. This 13 seconds response time with only Jmeter, with only load runner, nothing. You cannot provide anything, right? Correct or not, Jairam?
Yes.
Performance testing tool will only give you number. That's all. Many performance testers, maybe Jairam is, I mean, I would say you are a matured performance tester. That's the reason you are going to Dynatrace and all. But nowadays, the out of 100 performance tester, maybe Jairam kind of a performance tester, maybe 4 or 5 only. Okay, remaining 95 performance testers are only doing scripting, execution, report submission. Scripting, execution, report submission. That's all. Not even more than that work nobody is actually doing. Okay, that is a bad part. Okay, bad part is they are not no, I did not display anything right now. I'm just discussing. Okay, so the bad part is they are only providing that number alone, not more than that thing. Okay, actually the expectation is little beyond that. Say I'm a performance tester, and maybe Ravindra is a developer. I'm going to Ravindra and saying like the purchase transaction took 13 seconds means what is the reaction from Ravindra? What is the reaction from Ravindra if I say purchase transaction is 13 seconds?
So I'll have to begin and then see what's going on. So it's yeah,
Correct.
it's from a developer's point of view. So
Yeah,
We will
Ravindra.
look for low-level details.
Yeah, so, yeah, Prashanti. Ravindra, you are from performance testing background, right?
correct.
Yeah. So if you are a developer, you will not tell like this. If you are a developer, what developers will say, where is that 13 seconds you spent? Where is the 13 seconds you spent? If you are saying 30 seconds, 13 seconds for purchase transaction, that I can tell day one, I can tell that. Developer will reply like this. What developer will say, day one, I can say purchase transaction is actually taking 13 seconds. Because I only developed this application. If I launch this application in Chrome browser, if I am having my watch, I can measure whether it is actually taking 13 seconds or 14 seconds or 12 seconds. You are telling after 1 month, I deployed this code in your environment. After 1 month, you are saying purchase transaction is taking 13 seconds means I don't expect this kind of a numbers from you. You tell me that 13 seconds where it is actually spent. Is it UI? Is it server? Is it DB? Where? That is what the question you will get it from developers. Usually they will answer like this because say if you are reporting any problem, they will not straight away go and do the fix, guys. If you are getting that kind of a developer in your organization is actually a golden organization because people are ready to do work. Okay, if you are giving any kind of these things to your developer, what developer will say, I have already 10 work pending, 10 different work pending in my bucket. If you are giving me any such things, you provide details. If you are saying purchase transaction is actually taking 13 seconds, in purchase code, that purchase code in my code, there are lakhs and lakhs of lines of code is there. How will I identify where the problem is? You tell me where the problem is. You give me some clue or some justification for where the time is actually taking. Actually, Jairam told, right? You look into method level hotspot, response time hotspot, or you can even go to the DB level queries. That is what your developer will expect. That is what your developer will expect. Don't talk like a layman. Don't say only 13 seconds. You tell me where is the time, which place is actually taken. All those things only engineering part. Testing part is only provide number, that's all. Engineering part is nothing but you are going to provide justification or the explanation for that number, or even you are going to optimize it, fine tune it, everything you are, what a performance engineer will do, guys. That is actually called as performance engineering. Testing means test it, provide the number. Engineering means ask n number of questions. Where is the problem? Which layer is the problem? What transaction is the problem? What is your problem? All those things you need to get the clarity and then try to resolve that problem, right? That is what engineering means. Performance engineering means providing solutions. Providing solution. Either you do it or you ask somebody to do it. That is what engineers are there. Performance engineers, what they are doing, either you do it or you ask somebody to do it, you instruct somebody to do it, you guide somebody to do it. That is what this performance engineering concept. Okay, performance engineering means you are not only going to say only the numbers, you are going to provide details for that numbers. Details for that numbers, that is very important. I'll take a pass here. Any question guys still now? Yeah. So that is where we are getting the performance engineering concepts. So performance, application performance. You are focusing on application performance. Because say it is not about today you are getting something under the SLA means you are good. No, don't go to that assumption. Performance engineering is a ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. Even performance learning itself a ongoing process. Okay, so it is after 10 years also it will suit for that. No, it is not the case, because technology is changing. On premises to cloud people are going, Kubernetes is there, containers is there, lot of things are actually changing. So we are we are starting that learning. We are starting that learning. Our course content in design in such a way we are starting that learning. Okay, we are just now triggering that point. Okay, so I'll put this question in the other way. Say like you are a 7 years performance tester or 9 years experienced performance tester. If you are going for one-on-one meeting, no, with your manager, if you are going for one-on-one meeting with your manager, usually what response you will be getting it from them, whatever you are doing already, it's all BAU work. You are doing a BAU work. BAU means what? Business as usual. Okay, you are doing all the BAU works. You are not doing anything newly. You are not doing anything newly. And you are a 9 years experienced performance tester. You are doing the same work like 3 year experienced performance tester. Why don't you upskill yourself? Why don't you cross skill yourself? That is what your managers will say. Anybody experienced this situation before, guys? Anybody in this forum? Nobody experienced, because this is a ongoing thing. Many used to come and say, sir, my manager is saying you are doing the same repetitive performance testing work for long years. Why don't you cross skill yourself? Why don't you upskill yourself like that, sir? So that is the reason I came for this session. Actually it is there. Actually it is there. You maybe you will be experiencing in the future, but realistically speaking, you need to upskill yourself, cross skill yourself. You should not only say I know Jmeter, I know load runner. No, load runner and Jmeter simply it will not save you. You should know at least, on top of it, at least you should know any APM tool, any profiling tool, or even any utility tool you should know. That is actually the expectation, guys. Okay, so that's the reason we prepared this course content. We prepared this course content to bring that awareness, to bring that understanding. Okay, any point of your career, you should start your learning. Okay, that is the reason we are having this course content. Definitely this course content will make you comfortably extend your career. Okay, comfortably extend your career. Many used to provide their feedback post our course completion, you know. Many used to reply this feedback. What they are saying, this course content really helped me to extend my career. Okay, it may be change of career, or it may be with their current organization they were able to upskill themselves. So that is the reason this course content is actually designed. So performance engineering is nothing but, you are not, no more you are going to only do testing. You are going to, you are going to improve your level of understanding. You are going to provide a different level of reports, different level of reports. Right now, if you ask anybody, okay, in this forum, if you guys are providing a performance testing report, what you guys will provide, guys? Anybody can summarize what you guys will provide as part of the performance testing report? Why, guys? Performance testers, what you guys will provide as part of the performance testing report? Why you guys will not give anything, or what? Ravindra, you are about to say
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it basically consists of response time details, resource utilization,
Wonderful.
throughput, and
Yes.
then transactions per second.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are some of the details
Yeah.
that.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, Ravindra. Yeah.
We
So this is
provide
a
the
huge.
client-side metrics and server-side metrics as well.
Yeah. In nutshell, you answered it. Yeah, Vasu. Yeah. So you in a very precise way you explained it. Correct. So that is what we are providing right now, right? Like we are providing client side and server side. I mean, client side in the sense, like in tool, it is actually different meaning. In load runner tool, the client side meaning is actually different. I hope Vasuraj is from load runner background. Is that so?
Client-side in the sense like the browser-related metrics, right? And
Oh, you guys are
server-side.
providing Okay, okay, very good. You guys are providing your browser side. Very good, very good. That's a good one. So which means that, so browser level, server level. So if you guys are extending yourself to other spaces as well, I mean, you are not really giving performance testing tool level. Say as Ravindra mentioned, right? Like hits per second, throughput, number of users, response, average response time. These are the usual numbers everybody is providing nowadays. But when you guys are extending yourself to your, as Vasurav mentioned, right? If you are providing metrics like time to first byte, on load, full load, first visual change, time to interactive. These are the metrics. If you are providing, you know, your customers will be very, very happy. Very, very happy if you are providing these numbers, because in industry, nobody is actually giving it. At least if you are giving, you are the first person. So because the customer expectation is all the way, customers will think in this way only, guys. Return on investment. If I'm investing something on you, what benefit I'm getting? If you are still saying like I will only give you the number provided by performance testing tool, they will not be that happy. Okay, so you need to provide a little more than that. So if you are providing, I mean, you are running the user, hits per second, throughput, average response time, transaction summary, and also your time to first byte, time to interactive, first to visual change, on load, full load, or something related to your query execution time, connection time, like that DB level, or something related to CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization, network utilization, your processor queue length, something like that. So all these are, if you are providing, they will be, I mean, they'll think like you are doing justification for what work you are doing. But right now we are not doing it. Right now we are not doing that level of reporting and all. That too, I saw certain people, what they are doing. Report provided by load runner tool, file save as, they'll give it to the customer. Simply file save as, they'll give it to the customer, not even adding extra something on top of it. Nobody, I mean, it's a real shock for me. I saw one performance testing report which is having 5 graphs, that's all. What customer will think if you are providing this kind of a report? Do you think customers are performance testers? If you are not even adding one line under the graph, even simply I'm saying, what is hits per second, what is throughput, what is your average response time, what is your running views, or at least you should provide the explanation, right? Because customers are not techie and they will not know whatever the technical jargons that we are using. So at least you should provide the explanation for that definition itself. I mean, the terms and terminology, you should provide the explanation, right? Then only they will think like, and also even simply you add one line, hits per second is actually normal, throughput is actually normal, average response time is actually normal, like that. At least you add certain line, right? If you are not at all adding anything and if you simply providing file save as and then you are giving it to the customer, means that is not value add. So that is, these are the gaps. These are the gaps. So what performance engineers are going to focus on, trying to fill all these gaps, trying to provide justification for what you are working. Okay, so you can ask me, sir, this can be done by developers, right? Or this can be done by performance testers, right? Why you need a separate person? Why you need one more additional job role to be created? You can ask this question, right? You can ask this question, why sir, why separate things that are needed? Okay, actually saying, developers are already occupied with too many work. I mean, release level activity, deploying code to functional tester, deploying code to performance tester, deploying code to user acceptance tester, providing final package to the deployment team. So like this, they are fully occupied. They are fully occupied. And also these guys are working in agile model, or these guys are working in DevOps model. Okay. So if you are working in agile model, or if you are working in DevOps model, you have very short time only for your product delivery. You have very short time for your product delivery. You cannot expect detailed code review, detailed code analysis, code profiling, all those things you cannot expect from developers. You cannot expect from developers. Okay, that's a problem. Actually saying you timeline is a pressure, right, for developers. So because of that, they are not doing a detailed code review, detailed analysis of the application, or resource utilization problem, or something like that. So that's where your performance engineering concept is actually coming. That's where your performance engineer role is actually coming, because developers are running behind time. They have to deliver something. They have to work for release level activity, sprint level activity. So in that case, they cannot focus on all these things. So what performance engineers can do, they can think about all these things, they can work on all these things, they can fine tune the code, they can provide recommendations, they can optimize certain things. Yes, for performance engineers, they are not going to run behind time. They are only going to focus on these kind of optimization. I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys, still now?
Organizations, the developers will be the difference.
Sorry, Vasu, your voice is breaking.
Now it's audible.
Yeah, you are loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like some of the organizations heard some of the developers will do the performance testing and the performance engineers also do the development as well. So both
True.
the activities has to work.
See, that's what they call as DevOps engineers nowadays. Okay, DevOps engineers.
Yeah.
So, so yes, it's organization to organization. Okay, there are
But
startup level companies.
for DevOps situation, so in agile model, so we don't get a time for performance testing. So the development also will be uh, getting postponed for the their activities. So how can we overcome those issues and we'll plan for the performance testing? So I most of the projects I have the same issues, but they didn't give the time to for the performance testing. So how can we overcome those issues?
Yeah, wonderful question, Vasu. Actually, this is actually an ongoing problem only. I mean, those who are really working in DevOps model or Agile model, they'll maximum get 5 days or to the max 10 days. Okay. I mean, 5 days only to the max 10 days they are getting for the performance testing activity. And that too, that is exactly overlapping with your UAT testing time period as well. So those are the challenges. Okay. Those are the known challenges. But I'll take the first part of your question. Yes, in certain organization, developers are doing everything, all rounders. Okay, they do development, they do testing, they do deployment, everything. That is actually kind of a startup companies where they will not have many persons to do different activities, so they recruit a single person to do all those activities. In certain organization they are doing it. And I'll take the second part of your question. So yes, you are having a problem with your timeline. Maybe you are getting 5 days or maybe you are getting 10 days. What people are doing, they are call that as a early performance testing or shift left. Okay, early performance testing or shift left. So what is that early performance testing or shift left? You are not going to wait till your cycle. You are not going to wait till your PT cycle. You are going to be like a functional tester, or when they are actually getting the code, right? That moment itself you are going to start your activities. It may be a single user level activity, or it may be even the scripting activity also they are doing in parallel to the functional testers nowadays. But you can ask me, that is actually a duplicate work, right? How will you do along with the functional tester? But you are not getting
Yeah,
sufficient time, right? You are not
yeah, that
getting
is
sufficient.
also correct. That is also again here challenging. See, today I have completed my scripting. So tomorrow developer come and deploy the code. So there is a small change in the application. Again, my entire script has to prepare. So that is also a challenge. The yesterday's work, my entire work is lost. There is no use. Again, I have to rescript again. So how we will resolve these kind of issues?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yes, people are see, yes, there is a problem. We need to go for the solution, right? What they are
and,
thinking,
and, and we have to justify the performance testing results as well, right? So
yeah,
client is saying, so this response time is getting, but how can we justify this? See, all the modules when we combine and we'll do the performance testing, then we will result the performance testing. But a single piece the developer will do and deploy the code, we do the performance testing. But when we comes to the end, the results will be very comparing to the previous test and the current test we are doing. So how we will
correct.
be justified to the client and how will be satisfied? That is my question.
Yeah, true, valid question. But maybe I'll take it like this. So first of all, when you are going for agile or DevOps model, try to take very minimum number of scripts. Okay, I mean the user stories are there, right? Try to take very minimum number of scripts to accumulate within 2 days or 3 days time period. You are able to do the scripting or what? That kind of a critical business flow only you can test it. That is one thing. Or else you go to the n-1 approach. N-1 approach, which means that not for the current release you are going to work. You are going to work in the previous stable version. That is actually the n-1 approach. Okay, So that is also many organizations they are following nowadays, n-1 approach. So you go to the previous table code and then there you can do it. So you are not going to have the code dependency. I mean, there will not be much of code changes because that is actually already a stable code, because that's a previous version code, right? So previous branch code.
Correct.
So that will be readily available. So people are going on with the n-1 approach. Okay, that is also fine to do it. Or if your customers are insisting to do the current things, no other go, you need to test it in the, I mean, you need to do the script preparation in the functional testing phase itself. It is not about version change. It is about to find the blockers. I mean, there is a correlation, there is a challenge, there is a token. That challenge at least you need to explore in the early part of the scripting itself. You don't want to uncover the issue during the performance testing phase. You are getting my point. Okay, at least you try to do scripting and the functional testing parallelly. At least you do certain challenge. You are not going to do a complete script. That is not going to be possible. But what I'm saying, at least you will explore the challenges in the early stage itself. You are not going to uncover the issue during the performance testing phase. Okay, so these are the recommendations nowadays people are following, boss. Okay. Yeah. So coming back to the performance engineering introduction. So now we got to know what is performance engineering means, because many times the problem itself, people they do not have the segregation of what is performance testing and what is performance engineering. Because if you go to any product level companies like Oracle or some other companies, they will recruit the person the role itself performance engineers only. They'll not recruit as a performance tester. They'll say you are a performance engineer, because their expectation is you are not supposed to do only testing. You only if you only say like I know tool level concepts alone, they will not accept. They'll say do more than that. You tell me what is garbage collection. You tell me what is your heap memory usage. You tell me your thread level usage. Like that, they are expecting. So that in certain organization, the job role itself performance engineers. Okay. So now we have the clear cut definition. What is performance testing and what is performance engineering? So performance engineering means you are going to work on the solution part. Performance testing part means you will only say the problem statement. Okay, performance tester will only say problem statement. Performance engineers will think about solution part. What has to be done, how it has to be done, who has to do that, what has to be done, everything you need to discuss, right? That is what engineering part means. You are think about the solution side of it. Okay, so it may be a application code logic, or it may be a infrastructure upgrade, or it may be a DB tuning, or it may be UI optimization, HTTP compression, or minification. Yeah, anything. So the performance engineer will focus on these things, and then they'll say, okay, some room for improvement can be done in application logic itself. Some optimization can be done in DB query itself. Or if you improve your infrastructure configuration, maybe it will resolve the problem. Like that, they will think about the solution part. Okay, so performance testers end goal is providing the number, but performance engineers end goal is providing the solution, recommendation, findings, optimization, all those things. So that is where you are clearly defining the roles and responsibility of your performance testers and performance engineers case. Everybody able to understand what we are discussing? Any question now? Okay, because those who are attending my sessions, I always equip them or prepare them in such a way they can handle any part of the question. Okay, I mean, during the interviews, if somebody is asking any question, you should be in a position to articulate the answer in a very picture clear way. That's the reason I'm spending time in this space itself. What is performance testing and performance engineering? Because sometimes that clarity itself missing. Those who are attending the interview, that clarity is missing. So that's the reason I'm clearly defining the boundary. So now you will get a clarity. Okay, these are the jobs, roles and responsibility done by the performance tester, and these are the jobs, roles and responsibility done by the performance engineer. When the performance engineer comes into the role, what are all the questions they have to ask, what are the activities that they have to do, what are all the list of things that they need to verify. All those things we are going to discuss on Monday. Okay, on Monday we are going to discuss about the roles and responsibilities and activities, and then learning that you have to do. Okay, it is not something like that easy, guys. Today if you are going for sleep, tomorrow you will become a performance engineer. No, it's not that easy. But the industry trend is moving towards that. When that is actually going towards that direction, you should equip yourself. Don't wait for the opportunity to come. Make yourself eligible for the opportunity. That is what I always tell to everybody. Okay, don't wait for the opportunity to come. Make yourself eligible for the opportunity. So the trend is moving towards performance engineering, means now you should equip yourself for that job. Okay, any performance testing job role, anybody is trying for interview here in this forum? Anybody is currently trying for any interview?
Yes, I am trying.
Yeah. So if you guys are taking any job descriptions, you cannot only see performance testing related topic alone. No, not possible at all. Nowadays the trend is changed. You cannot only say I know requirement gathering, I know test design, I know execution, like that. Those stories and all age old stories. Nowadays they are asking n number of questions. Just before this session, just before this session, one of my learner, he called and he said like, sir, the interviewer screwed me in database questions. He started asking right from the version of the software that you are using, branch of the software that you are using, and what query that you will execute, what activity that you will do, what report that you will prepare, like that. Every nook and corner he asked, it seems. So but he attended for performance testing job role actually. He attended for performance testing job role, but the questions are actually towards your DB query, DB connection, DB pooling, all those things. We started receiving question because the expectation is that one. If you read your JD job description nowadays, actually it is having all these things. They are asking thread related, heap related, garbage collection related, your infra related, your configuration related, your load balancer related. All these things they are putting in the job description itself nowadays. You will sometimes you will get a doubt whether it is performance tester job role or it is performance engineer job role. But the expectation is like that. Nowadays the expectation is like that. So that is the reason when the trend is moving towards that, we'll also equip ourselves to do that. That's the reason I told you our course journey not only covering the practical part of it, not only covering the theoretical part of it, we are going to cover the interview part of it as well. We are going to discuss on the question that usually comes in the interview. We are going to provide a solution for that, answer for that, and how to approach your interview, like that we are going to discuss in this course journey, guys. That is the main intent of this course content. Okay.
Yes, sir, but, have to, like we have the
Sorry, your voice is so feeble, Vasu.
now it's audible.
Yeah, it's audible. Whenever you are asking audible, it's very loud and clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard one thing like after performance engineering, there is a one again the role is SDET. So is in one step ahead of performance engineering, or it's a different role. This performance testing and engineering will help for SDET. So what are the uh,
No, what is that?
technologies are?
No, what is that you are saying that I did not clear it? What is that you are saying?
SDET.
Yesterday.
Yeah, site reliability engineering,
That is
SRE,
SRE. SRE. Yeah. Site
and
reliability
SDET.
engineering is yeah, yeah. Everything is same only. It is all combination of the activity that you are doing. Okay. So say I mean uh, the technology is growing, right? That is the reason these people are changing their job roles. Okay, don't worry. You end of it, it is all same activity only, Vasu. Okay. Even if you
Okay.
say my own sister, she started career as developer. Okay, developer, that's all. Those days and all, it is all developer, software developer. Now you know full stack developer. What is the difference? Nothing, right? You guys are still doing the same thing. Okay, so it is all job role change. Those days also people used to do front end code, back end code, middleware code, everything they used to do, right? That time their name is developers. Now they are saying full stack. It's all fancy names that they are giving it for the job roles. So, but at the end of the day, it's all same only. Okay, maybe in the during the session, I mean during our regular session, I'll explain that part as well, Vasu. Okay, we'll discuss on that. Okay, so those were interested to proceed with this course journey, guys. Like this is Kumar's our number 8019952427. I'll copy paste this number in the chat. You guys can take it. 8019952427. Okay, so you reach out to Kumar sir 8019952427. So I'll put the name, I mean mobile number here as well. So 8019952427. His name is Kumar. You reach out to Kumar for any further information, course content, course timing, okay, course content, course timing, anything you commercial, I mean fees related discussion, anything you wanted to discuss, you can discuss with Kumar sir. This is actually a weekday session, Monday to Friday, and 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indian time, correspondingly in other locations, and Saturday, Sunday holiday. All these videos are actually recorded and we will be sharing the videos through YouTube playlist URL. Okay, daily we will upload the videos into the YouTube playlist URL. These videos you will be having a lifetime access. Okay, lifetime access will be there. Anytime you can watch the video. If you are missing any session, you can watch the video later part of the session. I mean once the course completed, even after that you watch the video, and if you are getting any doubt, you can ask your questions. So that is how we are encouraging our learners to do the learning. So and also all the artifacts, I mean all these are practical learning, right? So we are going to provide you softwares, sample applications, documents, everything we are going to provide through Google Drive. Okay, so you can download it from Google Drive, then you can use for your learning. Okay, so those are interested to proceed with this course journey, you can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. I hope you all started getting that. We started the course, actually we started today, we started the first topic itself. So we are going to proceed the second topic, third topic, like that. So from Monday probably, I mean the enrolled learners will be part of the session. So please enroll yourself. Please reach out to Kumar sir for any further information related to fees, course content, course timing, anything. So you wanted to continue your learning, I mean from Monday you wanted to still continue your learning, please reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. Thanks everyone for joining this session. Thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you people. Especially thanks for the persons who asked questions to make this session more interactive. You guys are making this session more interactive. Instead of a monologue session, you guys made this session a dialogue session. Thanks Vasu, thanks Prashanti, thanks Jairam, thanks Ravindra for making this session more interesting. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.